Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new video on the Faz channel. Today we're going to be interviewing Toy Freddy.
Hello, nice to be here.
We're going to be interviewing every single member of the Faz gang, starting with, well, Toy Freddy. Are you ready?
Yes. I am ready.
Okay. So for our first question is, how were you introduced to FNAF? How did you get to know about it?
Well, I think it was all the way back in 2015. I was on the playground playing with some of my friends when this girl came up to me, and she was my friend for a while, and she was like, "Hey, have you heard of this thing called Five Nights at Freddy's?" And I'm like, "No." And she pulled out her phone, and at the time, I have little child brain. The thing to me was she has a phone, but yeah, she pulled up Five Nights at Freddy's. She showed me it, and she gave me her phone. It's like, hey, you should play the first game and try to get to know the franchise. And I spent all 25 minutes of recess playing, and every day since that I would always come up to her and be like, hey, can I play Five Nights at Freddy's on your phone? To the point where I think that year I completed the first Five Nights at Freddy's game 100%, like 17 different times.
Wow, that's crazy. So you knew about it when you were just like a little kid?
Well, yeah, the first time I heard about the franchise was all the way back in 2015.
And old were you at the time?
I can't remember. I'm not that good at math. Well, I'm 16 now, so I can't do math in my head.
That's okay. All right. For your second question is, we want to know which are your three favorite FNAF animatronics.
Three favorite FNAF animatronics. Okay, number one is actually not Toy Freddy.
That's surprising.
What a shocker. Um, my favorite animatronic is actually Fredbear. I find him so goofy and I love him so much. Number two is obviously Toy Freddy. That's number two. And number three would have to be Music Man.
Music Man.
I like him. He's goofy, he's stupid looking, and I think he's just funny, and he's practically the better Balloon Boy.
Yeah, like he's not bad, but I feel like it's just such a random character for it to be your favorite, you know?
He's not only my favorite, but he is top three.
So, returning back to Fredbear, do you like the UCM Fredbear?
No, I don't like the Golden Freddy, just like the fixed up Golden Freddy with the purple bow tie and hat. I'm talking about like the big old goofy Fredbear.
So basically, unwithered Nightmare Fredbear.
Unwithered Nightmare Fredbear, yeah. It's hard to pin down because like Fredbear had so many designs. There's
Yeah.
like one specific one that I think you can pull up on screen. But I'll show you that after the recording. But yeah, you can pull that on the screen.
Now, why did you choose Toy Freddy to be the mascot or main character of your channel?
Um, it's actually where I was at the time. See, I was sitting there and I actually originally got because my original mascot for my channel was actually gonna be Puppet because I thought I can do a lot of funny stuff with Puppet is like a goofy character. But I didn't end up choosing Puppet. I actually had a lot of characters in line to be my main channel's mascot, such as Puppet, Nightmare Foxy, I had Withered Freddy. I even had Fredbear was my original pick, but that's when me and Bonnie were walking around the mall and we came across Hot Topic, and then there is where we found the Toy Freddy and Bonnie puppets. Now we thought they were just so funny looking and they stood out among the other Funko plushies that we were like, we have to stick with these guys. And so that's just where Toy Freddy originated. Is like, boom, he was there, he was with me. But he didn't become the main mascot for my channel until I went up somewhere for vacation. I was at like a beach, and I was going to start my channel there because my parents weren't really okay with me having a YouTube channel, but I was with my grandmother, so there was no one to stop me. So I checked my bag to see what I had, and at the time, the only two plushies that I had with me were the Goofy Toy Bonnie and that Goofy little Toy Freddy plushie. And I, boom, took a photo of him, screenshotted it, made that little logo, typed in. Originally, the name for the channel was going to be Toy Freddy Show, but it wasn't long enough, so I just put the, and we got the Toy Freddy Show. Posted my first couple of shorts. They did really well. And that's just how everything started.
Wow, that's crazy. Like right now, I know you asked Toy Freddy, but it's weird to think that Puppet was going to be your main at one point.
I was originally gonna be Puppet, but it shifted.
Wow, but like, why Puppet? You didn't mention him in your top three favorites. Was it just something about him that you really liked?
I thought about like mascots for other things because I didn't want to have like too much of a character that was like too different. I wanted to go with Puppet because it's like it has more of a human appearance. I
He's
feel
more
like it would be easier
simple.
to Photoshop. Yeah, it's simpler. I feel like it was easier to put in thumbnails, to do for videos. And there was this old YouTuber that I used to watch, and he had Puppet as one of his characters, and I thought it was super funny, and I kind of just fell in love with the character. Not enough to be my favorite, but enough to be in my heart.
Oh, okay, gotcha. But like, that's kind of crazy. Like, Puppet? I don't know. That just feels like so random to me.
I don't know, alternate universe, we could be sitting here with the puppet show.
Maybe. So for our next question is, what is your favorite Five Nights at Freddy's game of all time?
Favorite Five Nights at Freddy's game of all time. Can it be any Five Nights at Freddy's games, or does it have to be like the mainline actual game?
No, it's just any game in general, any FNAF game.
Any FNAF game in general, it would have to be FNAF World.
FNAF World?
FNAF World. I love that game so much, and so many times I contemplated on myself about doing a series on the channel. Is just I loved FNAF World.
That's crazy because like FNAF World is one of, if not the most hated FNAF game of all time. But I really, really, really like FNAF World. I think it's an actual good game.
That's the thing. I don't actually see many people hate the game. The only person who I know for a fact fully hates the game is the creator himself.
Yeah, because he's said multiple times he doesn't like FNAF World. He disowned it.
Yeah, he said that the game was a failure.
Honestly,
But
we should have got
I'm sitting
update
here.
3.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting here still waiting for FNAF World 2. I'm never gonna give up hope on that.
Yeah, but maybe one day in the future we
One
could
day,
have
one day.
maybe we could get FNAF World 2.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for your other question is, why did you start YouTube?
I think I started YouTube. I mean, I've always really wanted to do content. I've always saw like these amazing people showing their skills and their ideas. And I had all of these ideas in my head, and I had all of this stuff that I wanted to show people. I just never had the opportunity. So I'm like, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to show people what I can do. I want to show people my skills. And I think that's actually derives from some of the type of content I make. Like, I like to do Fortnite content because of Laserbeam, which is one of my favorite Fortnite content creators. And I wanted to do Minecraft because of characters like Stampy Cat. I just loved their videos. I love how they brought their world to life. I love how they told a story in such a simple way that led to something bigger, and I just really wanted to do that.
So you wanted to be kind of like a storyteller.
Yeah, that's the original idea for the Toy Freddy show. It was supposed to be like the whole show was originally supposed to be about Toy Freddy starting his own show, and it actually was gonna be like behind the scenes where Toy Freddy was like walking around like the studio and showing off the studio and the different problems that happens within filmmaking.
Yeah.
But it never really caught into that. That was the original plan for the first couple of episodes, and that's even where the glitch special came in, which I say if I cut my channel up into seasons, the glitch special part 1 would be the end of season 1, but when I released other plush episodes after that, the story kind of expanded into something else, like, because the original plan was supposed to be them on the studio set, but I think the story has shifted into more of they're inside the show and they don't realize, and characters like Evil Toy Freddy and Evil Toy Bonnie live outside of the show, and that's kind of why it's called the glitch area, or they're like called the clones or the glitch versions.
Oh, okay. Very interesting. Kind of like Gumball in a way.
Yeah, kind of like the end, like the last season of Gumball in a way.
Wow, that's very interesting. That's actually pretty cool. So I know, well, you made the YouTube channel, but what does your family think about your YouTube channel?
Um, they really don't care. I don't think any of my family watches my channel or really checks in on my channel, and I'm actually fine with that. So,
So they just don't really care what you're doing. You can do your own thing.
yeah, they kind of just let me do my own thing.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So what is your goal on YouTube? What are you trying to achieve?
I don't really want to achieve anything, actually. I kind of just want to be like noticed, one of the. I don't want to be like the greatest YouTuber of all time or make the best content of all time. I kind of just want to come on the platform, have fun, and then this is kind of it. Just instead of being like this, I want to be the greatest YouTuber of all time. I just want to be there. I want to be recognized. I want to be known as, hey, look, Toy Freddy posted, or hey, you want to go watch this on Toy Freddy's channel? It's like just something simple. I want to be somebody who's there.
Yeah, you just kind of want to do your own thing. So you don't have a specific goal planned for your channel, but do you have something planned for your channel in the future?
I do really want to get back into making more plush videos and expand on the story of Toy Freddy's life, because that is still like the main focus of the channel, that it focuses on Toy Freddy and his life, his story, his friends. But I just don't have time, and I don't really have the ideas to make plush videos anymore, because I actually had 3 plush videos that I scrapped because I just did not like them. I had the 3 videos were called Toy Freddy's brother, and I also had Nightmare Foxy's new girlfriend, and then Nightmare Freddy's big idea. But I did not like them. I did not like them. I did not enjoy them. And if I'm not gonna post content that I don't like to you guys, because I don't want my fans watching a video that I don't personally like myself. So I scrapped all 3 of those videos. And then I also had a Fortnite video that I scrapped with me, Bonnie and Mike, but I scrapped that because I didn't like it. We didn't really do anything. We kind of just played Reload and messed up.
Yeah, so you want to put quality content out there so people can actually see your videos and be engaged.
I want to put quality over quantity.
Yeah, that's something I didn't do in the past and I deeply regret. But now that I do it, I understand it a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's nice. What is something you are most excited for in the future?
Something that I'm most excited for in the future. Um, I think when it comes, I think I'm gonna do a lot more outdoors content with do like more outside plush content. Um, I think I'm excited for that because it's getting warmer down here. It was originally really cold a lot of the time, but it's actually starting to get really warm down here. We don't really know why. So I'm excited to do more outdoor content. Secret of the Mimic is coming out. I'm gonna do some more Dead by Daylight content when Springtrap releases. Um, I'm just excited for all the new stuff that's coming out in just 2026. Five Labs at Freddy's is coming out 2026. So I'm excited for all the new FNAF content. The movie, FNAF 2 movie is coming out. You already know Toy Freddy started the show. But yeah, I'm just excited for all the new content, all the new stuff that's coming out. I'm gonna try to post more quality content, try to do better. And that's all I really have for the future.
Oh, so that's nice. Like the opportunity of content with FNAF is getting so good, especially like in the near future and next year.
Exactly.
Okay, okay. Now, for your final question is where or how did you meet your friends slash coworkers that you do videos with?
Well, I've known Bonnie since I think fourth grade. So he's always been my right hand man, somebody always to be there to do content with, and we talk I think 3 4 times a week, and every chance we get, we want to sit down and make content, but we don't have the time. I wish he did live closer to me because then I can post out some more pleasure videos with a lot more of his characters that he voices. But Bonnie's just always really been there. My original Foxy, he is one of my best friends. I met him at school, but he lives a very hard life. I'm gonna say that. I'm not really gonna leak any of his personal stuff because it's not my business. But he lives a very hard life, so he doesn't have time to make content a lot. But the times that we do get, we try. Um, Toy Chica is when I do gaming videos. Actually, my cousin voices her, but again, she doesn't have time to record a lot because she has to help out our grandmother who is not. I'm gonna say not well. So yeah, and I think I think there's a lot of. I mean, Mike is there, but Mike doesn't really do much. He's sort of a one-time character. I actually don't remember how I met Mike. But other than that, and then I have another editor, but he doesn't like me mentioning him about stuff, so I'm not gonna talk about him.
Well, okay, so I'm pretty sure that that's all of your friends slash characters in your channel, right?
Well, it's all of my friends. We're not gonna say characters because I'm gonna have to describe every plush character and their personality that comes with it. Let's just say friends.
Yeah, yeah, that's easier.
Yeah,
So yeah, those were all the questions. If you have any more questions for Toy Freddy, you can leave them in the comments below and maybe he'll reply.
I am gonna really quick. I'm gonna really quick leak something that is somewhat important.
Okay.
I am a huge Five Nights at Freddy's fan, but I actually do not like horror content.
You do not like horror content, but your favorite video game series in the world is Five Nights at Freddy's.
I get easily jump scared. That's why in a lot of my videos where I ask for games that you guys want me to play, I'll sometimes say not a horror game.
Wow, that's crazy.
I get easily scared. I'm very easily startled. I do not like getting jump scared. I get spooked fairly easily. I mean, one time my sister showed me a video, it was like one of those videos where it's just a normal video, then you get jump scared, and I actually punched her phone out of her hand, and it hit the concrete and broke.
Seriously?
Yeah, I do not do jump scares, I do not do scares. I'm very easily startled. So, that's something special.
But yeah, I think that's all the questions. That's everything we have. Thank you so much, Toy Freddy, for joining us and for doing this interview.
No, thank you for inviting me. It's wonderful to be a part of a YouTube group. It's nice to have more chances for people to find content like ours. There's not many small FNAF YouTubers who, like you, deserve to be bigger than they actually are. But I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to do this with you. I would be happy to do another interview eventually where we can talk about maybe the characters on my series and stuff like that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please go like and subscribe to FNAF Gamer 64. Subscribe to the Faz Gang channel. And I think that is going to wrap up everything. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. And if you guys want more content like this, please subscribe to the Faz Gang and welcome Toy Freddy to the Fazbear Gang.
Thank you. And good night.